Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I want to give you guys a quick update on what's been going on in my two traveler's notebooks because I've been playing around with some stuff I wanted to share with you. So first off, let's head into my passport and I'll show you what I've been doing in my Commonplace. And so the last place we left off was this quote, and the page after I started writing down about a complete mouth care system. I found this video online about how to heal your teeth without any crazy filling or surgery and stuff like that. And the science seems pretty sound, and I'm very curious about it because I've had a lot of issues with my teeth ever since I was pregnant. I guess when you're pregnant, your mouth becomes more acidic from the hormones. And then also your body will take calcium from your teeth to give the baby if you're not getting enough calcium in your diet. So I wrote down the steps for this. After breakfast, you do the full mouth care routine. It involves a specific mouthwash and then brushing your teeth with a specific toothpaste and doing like a gum massage and then rinsing your mouth with a Cool Mint Listerine. And you do that twice a day. So you do that after breakfast. You avoid eating or drinking 1 to 2 hours after the routine. If you do eat, you chew on xylitol gum or like xylitol chewies. It's a natural, I think it's from birch bark, but it's supposed to be really good for the like microbiome of your mouth. And then you repeat the routine before bed. Avoid sugar and acidic food, which I think we all kind of know about our teeth, but it's easier said than done. And then avoid sipping water as it dilutes your saliva, which protects your teeth. So when you do drink a lot of water and then go a while without, which I found that the hardest because I always like having a drink, a coffee, a tea, a water, something to reach for. But I wrote that down because I'm trying to be better about my oral hygiene. I also wrote down this meditation routine about visualizing your perfect life and putting yourself in a good headspace. The thought process is that by seeing yourself living your dreams in the beginning of the day, you're more likely to align your actions to take you towards that goal. And it gives you a good, clear intention. So I just wrote down the full steps for that meditation routine. Okay, so a little turn. I have been playing Palia more on my Switch, and there's a farming in the game, and that's a really good way to make coins. And so I was trying to figure out what crops I want to grow and like what my strategy was. So I wrote down the crops I want to do. I'm going to do apples, blueberry bushes, and pepper plants, and then put potatoes in the open spaces around those. And then I'm going to preserve them, and it should get me a good chunk of gold for my Palia house. This is just a silly fun thing that I put in here. So this was from a Reddit post. I was trying to find more lentil recipes because lentils are so good for you. They've got so many vitamins and minerals and protein and fiber, but I just have a hard time of eating straight lentils. Like I like them in a dal, I like them in a like sun loaf, and those kinds of things, but I wanted to find a good, like easy side dish with lentils that didn't just taste like bland lentil beans. So I found this on Reddit and I'm gonna give this a shot. I haven't cooked it yet, but it's pretty simple. It's just lentils, some type of stock, like a veggie stock, onion, garlic, carrots, and a bit of quinoa. And you add it to a saucepan, boil for 30 minutes until it's all cooked, which sounds simple enough. So I just need to get to getting that made. But credit to Leo Monkey 92 for their lentil recipe. Over here, I wrote down some healing teas. I've been trying to go through my tea collection, and I also really want to grow more of my own teas in my garden this year. And so I was just kind of thinking of what teas are good for different things, like ginger tea is good for your stomach. Whenever we get sick, I will take a big hunk of ginger root, chop it up, boil it until it's very pungent, add a little bit of honey, lemon, and we drink that tea, and it burns. Like there's so much ginger in it, but it's really good for your throat and for your stomach. So I wrote down valerian root, it's good for sleeping. Rubios is good antioxidant and for healthy skin, which I could use that. Ginger, we just talked about. Lavender for sleep aid. Passion fruit or passion flower? That's a great question. I think it's passion flower for sleep quality and anxiety. Rose for relaxation. Holy basil, which I've never tried before, for stress relief and immunity support. Peppermint for stress and digestion. Peppermint's another big one that we have around here quite a bit, and I do have a peppermint plant in the garden right now, so I've got some of that already jarred up. I also have chocolate mint, which is supposed to be a really tasty tea as well, and I have lemon balm, which is a good relaxation mood booster, and chamomile for sleep. Chamomile is like the classic sleep tea. I do have a planter of chamomile in the garden, but it hasn't been doing well recently. I don't know if it's just the time of year or if I should move it to a different spot, but it's been a little sad. Okay, this page isn't done. This page is incomplete, but I was writing down things about the female menstrual cycle because I've been seeing all of these posts about what foods to eat during what phase of your cycle and like what activities to do during each phase. And I've been getting the idea to like nest before my period because when I was pregnant leading up to giving birth, I was stocking up on food, I was cleaning the house, I was like doing all these things because I knew once my son was born, I was going to be locked in and I would be way too tired. So I want to do like a mini version of that because every time my period comes around, I get tired and I don't want to clean the house, I don't want to cook. So I was thinking, oh, it might be nice little treat for myself if I made some like freezer meals for that week, or if I like cooked brownies, or I make these really good chocolate protein muffins. And I thought that would be good to have a sweet treat that also has a little bit of protein in it, and do that the week before my cycle so that way I have a nice rest time during that time because we need to honor our bodies. This next page, I'm so proud of this. I got this idea to do like outfit inspiration in my Commonplace because I find, you know, being a busy mom, I literally live in leggings or sweatpants or pajama pants. And sometimes it's a struggle to get dressed when I'm just hanging around the house all day. But it feels good. It feels good to get dressed and to feel cute. But I have a hard time putting outfits together, so I just wear the same thing. This day I wore this outfit. It's a black tee, this plaid skirt that I sewed myself, and some old Converse. I was like, you know what, I kind of like the way this outfit looks. I'm gonna take some cute pictures and make a little spread so when I'm having a hard time coming up with ideas of what to wear, I can refer back to it. So I want to do a couple more of these. I've got a few more outfits in my closet that I think I could put a little spread together for, but I'm really happy with how this came out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But that is it in my Commonplace. So let me show you what I've been up to in my planner. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is in my Q1 section. This is a bit of a flop. I was trying to keep track of what days I did my different hobbies, part of my goal page. And I was doing that by using these different color highlighters that are assigned to each one. But what I found is it was very inconvenient for me to pull out all these highlighters once a day because I don't have a set desk area. I usually plan either at my dining room table here or on the couch. So bringing all of my little comfort stack of planner stuff to the couch every night to record this, it was just a little bit too much work. As silly as that sounds, because it's really not that much just to bring a bunch of pens over, but it was for me. I really gotta simplify my system because I'm way too busy and I'm way too frazzled to carry pens back and forth. That's just ridiculous. But so I fell off this. You can see I petered out, and it's now been well over a week since I've updated this. But what I picked up instead is based off a video I saw about dopamine journaling. And so I made this. So this is basically a habit tracker. but it's been turned into more of a game. Now, the first section, I wrote down my ideal routine from morning to night. So that is wake up before 6, do a meditation, morning journaling, plan, read a chapter of my book, have breakfast by 8 a.m., do the morning dishes, morning brush my teeth, and then the nighttime dishes, nighttime brush my teeth, wash my face, be in bed by 9, and then read before bed, no phone time, which, as you can see, is a very difficult thing, along with being in bed by 9. I haven't been in bed by 9 at all this month. And then in this next section are just vague any time of day habits, which is no buy, eat my vitamins, do some type of movement or yoga. So movement as in going on a walk, or even like I kind of consider grocery shopping movement because I go to 2 different grocery stores and I carry my son. So I'm going to count that as a workout. And then drink a pitcher of water. This has been really helpful recently. I have this big, it's probably like a gallon, I want to say, pitcher of water that I fill up every day, and I have it on my kitchen counter. So every time I walk through the kitchen, I'll like pour a little glass of water. And that's been nice because I can really see how much water I'm drinking. Usually I have a hydro flask, and with that, it's just kind of like always like full, so I don't really track how much water I have. But having the pitcher of water out has been really nice. So I've been trying to drink 1 pitcher of water. Now for each day I do a task, I give myself a point. At the end of the day, I tally up how many points, and then those points add up over time. So I'm currently at 152 points. Yay me. And then I go over here to the reward section. So for 50 points, I can get myself a grocery store treat. This is usually a pastry or an iced tea or a non-alcoholic kombucha. I love getting those. Also have 1 hour of guilt-free gaming. Even after my son goes to bed and it's my like free time, I feel guilty playing video games because in the back of my head, I'm telling myself, I should be cleaning, I should be folding laundry, I should be doing the dishes, I should be all these other things. But I'm trying to tell myself that once the sun goes down, it's relaxation time. Because my to-do list is never ending. As a housewife, a stay-at-home mom, there's always something I could do to clean the house, basically. My life revolves around cleaning the house. And I need to remind myself that it's okay to take a moment for myself. So 50 points, 1 hour of guilt-free gaming, no regrets. I also have 1 hour of cozy reading on here. Now, I read all the time. I've been having a hard time finding Netflix shows that I like. I love YouTube and I'm always on there, but that's usually a morning type of thing for me. Like when I'm eating my breakfast, I like to watch a YouTube video. So at night, I tend to read a lot, but when I say cozy reading, I'm talking fuzzy blanket, cup of tea, a little sweet treat, really doll it up, maybe even put a face mask on and, light a candle and read my book and just escape from the world for a little bit. So it's not just plop on the couch with my book, but taking that extra step to make it a special little reward for myself. Now for 100 points, I have a Starbucks or smoothie run. And this is a big one because we've been making smoothies at home a lot, but just nothing beats going to the smoothie shop and getting a really nice, professionally made smoothie. Now 200 points, that's where it gets interesting. I figured 200 points is a pretty big goal. I could maybe reach, if I did really well, I could reach 200 points like halfway through the month, maybe a little bit later into halfway. So I thought this would be a good big goal, is a $10 sticker fund or buying myself an ebook. Now, I have been trying to use up the stickers that I have. I have quite a few botanical stickers left, a lot of washi tape, and I'm making a point to use those as much as I can before buying new ones. But if I got to 200 points and I want to cash in, I think a $10 sticker purchase, specifically from Serica Studio because I love her stickers, I think that's a pretty good reward. I also buy an ebook on here, specifically an ebook, because I don't have much bookshelf space anymore. And I'm trying to keep everything on my Kindle. It's just a lot easier with my son. I can hold it in one hand and read while I'm breastfeeding him, or if he falls asleep on me and I get trapped in a contact nap, I'll bring out my Kindle. And I mostly read things from Kindle Unlimited because I have the subscription and I want to make sure I use that. But if I get to 200 points and there's a couple books on my wish list that aren't part of Kindle Unlimited, I think that'll be a good treat. It's also usually under $10. I think the most for an ebook is like $12. So I think that's a good 200 point goal. Now for 300 points, I have a $20 stationery fund, specifically stationery because that's kind of a more broad term if I want to get a new notebook or if I want to get some other cute little doodad, maybe more ink for my pen, that kind of thing. 300 points, that's a big goal to reach, is to get $20 for my stationery fund. I also have $20 for fabric or a thrift trip. I am trying to go through my fabric stash, but once again, it's one of those things where if I'm really like gonna treat myself, like the big goal, going to the fabric store with $20, I could do some damage. Especially because I have a quilt idea. I want to do a wedding quilt for our wedding. And so going fabric shopping and at least getting like a couple things for that would be really cool. Right now, I'm kind of aiming for the $10 sticker fund because I really want to get more floral botanical stickers from Serica Studio. I'm getting pretty close. I am, 48 points away from that. Now, if I do cash out any of my rewards, I have this little chart down here where I can write the date I cashed out, which reward I picked, and then how many points are deducted from my cumulative points. So this has been a really fun take on a habit tracker, turning it more into a game, and then also something about gaining points is very satisfying to my brain, and it makes me want to check some of these off. Like, let me do a quick morning journaling so that I can get that extra point and get a little closer to my stickers. And this is a lot more accessible because when I sit down on the couch, I just need my pen and it takes me a couple seconds to go through and check off what I did that day and total up my points. So this is my current take on a habit tracker. It's a lot more satisfying and gives me that instant gratification that I love. Now finally, coming into my weeklies, I have changed a few things up in here. First, you're gonna notice I use these cloth and paper stickers to mark out the times that I'm working this week. Usually I use a pen and I time block just in ink, but I kind of want to use these stickers up and I thought I'd, play with it and see how I felt. The consensus is I don't like it. I don't like how bold they are. They just kind of stick out of the page too much. I feel like this is much more, streamlined. And it was a flop. I can't take these off now though. They're so stuck on the paper. When I tried, it started to rip the page. So this week I've committed to the stickers, unfortunately. But now I know I've used these stickers up and that's that. I might try something else next week where I do a dot sticker and just a line to indicate that I'm working for this time and see how that looks. And maybe I'll go back to just doing pen, but I want to play around with it a little bit. I also have moved up my task list because I was noticing that after my son goes to bed at 7:30, I'm trying not to do anything. I'm trying to relax, do hobbies, that kind of thing. And so because there's nothing scheduled during that time, this is where I'm starting my to-do list. And that also is nice because it gives me way more room to write out my to-do list. Because before I was starting it all the way down here and I've doubled my space basically. I've also started writing my meals on the side here. I used to do them on these little sticky tabs, but I just figured this might be a nice way to write them in quick and have that to reference. So I have been writing which days I want to do which meals, but if I think of any other meals, I can add them on at the bottom also. Well, that is it for what I've been up to in my planner and my Commonplace. I've been having a lot of fun with these changes and just playing around with things like always. Let me know if you guys are trying anything like this in your planner as well. And I'd love to hear what you've been up to in the comment section below. If you want to see more, go ahead and like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.